Now, the military presence of Russia is increasing with every passing hour in Ukraine because they've got to sustain an extended war and operation. Russian airborne troops have landed in Ukraine's second largest city of Kharkiv. Fighting is underway near a military hospital in Kharkiv.
Now, reports suggest that these Russian forces appear to have seized control also of another city, which I was mentioning earlier, southern Ukraine, a city called Kherson. At this point, there's no official confirmation from local officials, but there are images that seem to suggest that Russians have captured Kherson because tanks are out there on the roads. You've got a lot more troops out there in Kherson. So this is what we were talking about, Shiv. Day 7, you've got a lot more cities under the grasp of Russia.
Let's go across to Gaurav Sawant to get a full, morning update from Ukraine. He's in Kyiv right now. Gaurav, what are you hearing on the ground? Today is day 7. It's the big 1 week that has been crossed. Psychologically also, it's a big deal because for Putin, it looks like 7 days have passed and he hasn't been able to meet his real objectives of domination. Ukraine appears to be getting even more support from the world. We've just heard Joe Biden say, all sorts of things to Biden. They've shut airspace. They've squeezed him even more. But Kyiv is at the center of this global tug of war. What's happening in the capital this morning, Gaurav?
Shiv, it's actually an eerie calm here, but news updates coming constantly about the intense fighting that's going on at two places right now, even as we speak. One is in Kharkiv, where you and Akshita just told our viewers that Russian airborne troops have come in, and there is an attack that's happening from multiple sides inside. The second is also Sumy, the other town which is under attack, and this is an axis. Again, from Indian context, this becomes extremely important because both in Kharkiv and in Sumy, there are a number of Indian children, medical doctors who are waiting to return home, and these are two cities that are under attack at this point of time. So what is happening, Shiv, the information that we've been able to get so far is not only are Russian missiles attacking this place or were attacking this place till late yesterday. Subsequently, it were the RT and the Grad attacks, the rocket attacks, and now Russian troops, airborne troops are inside and street fighting, pitched battles are going on inside Kharkiv, and the Ukrainians are fighting back, and they're fighting back extremely hard. According to Ukrainian media, there are massive Russian casualties in these operations, but we will have to wait for an independent confirmation, both in Kharkiv and in Sumy. And here in Kiev, there are trains that are going constantly out of Kiev, taking both locals and foreigners outside, even if not to the borders, but to towns outside this city so that they can be safe. Shiv and Akshita, if I may, Ukraine is trying to get a humanitarian corridor started so that one, people can leave, and two, medical supplies can come in. Medical supplies that are very, very desperately required for people engaged in this warfare, as the Ukrainians say, for the defense of their country. Shiv and Akshita.
Some cities have fallen, Gaurav, as you're also pointing out right now in Ukraine. In Kyiv, yesterday, with those satellite images that emerged of, massive military convoys making their way towards the capital, any sense of what's the update on that front? Because there's a lot of talk that Russian troops are now attempting to surround the entire city.
That is their attempt. So, will it be a siege of Kyiv instead of a direct attack on Kyiv? Will it be the same Kharkiv, tactics adopted, or different tactics adopted here in Kyiv? We still do not know. But even as US President Joe Biden in the State of the Union address did speak about exactly this, that, they may lay a siege, they may surround Kyiv with tanks, but they will not win the hearts of the Ukrainian people, perhaps is what he meant to say. And he's absolutely right as far as Ukrainian people are concerned. Shiv and Akshita, for in the past 24 hours, we've spent a lot of time with people here, with the Ukrainians here, and not in hotels, but traveling with them to a safer location on the outskirts of Kyiv. And every family, Shiv
Yeah.
and Akshita, has people who are joining the resistance. They're going to checkposts. They're forming, their local militia. They're keeping an eye out on Russian special forces or Chechen forces, whoever else they may feel is suspicious, and they're systematically being taken down so that their cities, their neighborhoods, and their country can be safe. Shiv and
Gaurav,
Akshita.
we're going to come back to you in just a bit. We've got lots of, defining images on day 7 of this invasion. All indications are that the next 24 hours will hold a key to perhaps the most decisive phase of this battle. It's do or die as far as Putin is concerned.